Running away. I had ran away again. And I don't know why I had got caught, but I had eventually got caught. In the foster home, aka group home that I was in, Delaney House, they was like so mad because I kept running away. They put me in this home way, way out in the woods. So if I did run away, I could not go far. I would be in the woods, and they felt like I wouldn't run away because that wouldn't be a place I wanted to be. So, and I got caught then and put me in this Caucasian foster home where like I had Caucasian caregivers. I had a couple of Caucasian kids staying with me. I had a few kids of my race, like my complexion and darker. That's when I started going to church with them because they were like Christian. It was a Christian home. They woke up. We had chores there again. We had a lot of chores there. They also enrolled me in a whole new school. I had to start like going to a whole new school. When I started going to this whole new school, I ended up just not liking it there at all, I didn't like being there because the mental capacity that they had were different from what we were taught to use. Like, things that they were learning, we didn't even begin to learn. You know what I mean? They were learning in advanced stages, whereas in my school, where I come from, they only teaching us multiplication. Where they was at, they was already teaching them geometry in like the 7th grade. They was, geometry, trigonometry, stuff that I really had no clue about. Whereas my school, we was still learning multiplication and division and algebra. So I get there, I feel so out of place because it's Caucasians everywhere around me. I'm like the only black girl, and me not understanding where they're at mental-wise, like being able to learn so quickly is because their teachers were preparing them at young ages how to do all this work, and so they could be caught up. And I could never like figure out the work because like I was nowhere near learning what they were already learning. Like, and I felt embarrassed that I didn't know the work, so I didn't like going to school there. I didn't like just being at home because it just wasn't the kind of lifestyle I was used to. I just didn't like being there. So one day I ran away and I hid in the woods for like 3 days without nothing to eat. So they had thought I was dead. I didn't know where I could go because it was all surrounded by woods. So when I came back, they were like, we're going to have to turn you back in because if something happened to you while you in our jurisdiction, then we're going down for it and we can't risk that. So they ended up taking me back there, and I ended up going to another foster home, not to the group home, because the group home was tired of me running away. They only kept me for a little bit, and my caseworker had placed me with in another home. So I started living with these black people, and they were like kind of strict on what you wore and stuff like that. And the only clothes I had was the clothes that Sam had given me. And I had a few outfits from being in the Christian home with the Caucasian people that they had given me. So I would wear like my little skirts and my little halter tops that, Sam had bought me. And they, I went to school and the dress code, they didn't allow it. I was going to, I think, B.E. Usher Middle School. And I was getting into a few fights there and drama because girls didn't like me because I was pretty. And I was always, I'll tell you, like, didn't know how to fight, but I would always pop off at the lip. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, bitch, don't fuck with me, and I'm gonna come out and beat your ass. Knowing that I couldn't fight, but I had heart enough to try anyway. Like, I used to have an anger problem. Yeah, but, eventually I didn't want to be there. I just missed Sam. I wanted to just be back with her so bad. So eventually I ran away again. I ran away to be with her. And I ended up running away to her sister Tamika's house because it was close to where I was at. I told Tamika to call her. And she said Sam to be on the way to come get me.